This is why you should never open your door for strangers. In 2013, a woman let her dog out to use the bathroom one more time before bed. After only a few minutes, she starts hearing scratching on her door, which is typically the sound her dog makes when he's ready to come in. But it just seemed way too soon for him to be done being outside. So she decides to look through the peephole to make sure it really is her dog. But what she sees is terrifying. A deranged-looking man is right outside her door, staring intently at her door handle, waiting for it to turn open. As she's looking in horror, unable to do anything, he starts scratching at the door as hard as he can, never leaving his gaze from the door handle. She manages to stifle a scream, she backs away and realizes her dog is still outside. So she goes to the side window, but there's no sign of her dog, and so she goes back to the door to see if maybe the man's moved. He hasn't moved, his mouth is open, and he's staring directly at the peephole. Then he turns around and walks away. With the man gone, she discovers her dog, unharmed, his leash had just been cut. But that means he had a knife. This is why you should always trust your gut. In the early 1970s, a college student decided to hitchhike his way home after class. A car pulls up, a man offers him a ride, and he climbs in. As soon as the car started moving, the student felt totally uneasy, like something was wrong but he couldn't quite place it. Without saying anything, he waited till the next time they slowed down and he flung the door open and ran away. 2 years later, he's flicking through TV channels when he comes across this special interview with a death row inmate. And it's just the audio recording, so he hears the interviewer ask the inmate, "Why did you remove all the door handles inside of your car?" The man just goes, "Well, the first time I tried to kill someone, I picked up a college hitchhiker who got smart at some point and jumped out of my car. So, lesson learned, remove all the door handles." When they showed his picture, the student knew immediately that he was supposed to be the first victim of John Wayne Gacy, aka the Killer Clown, who had killed over 30 men and boys in his clown room and stuffed them into his basement.
Turn up the audio, see if we can hear anything. Wow! Dude, I don't even know what that thing is!
No, we gotta go stop him. Let's go in. Let's go in. Emma! Yo, where's she? Yo, what the hell is that?
It's not Emma.
I'm fine, guys. I don't need your help anymore.
Where's Emma?
I am Emma.
Dude, I hear screaming.
Yo, we gotta go get her.
Let's go.
If you ever find yourself in this situation, don't do what she did. In 2006, a group of cave divers decided they wanted to film a documentary in one of the most dangerous caves in the world. But only a few hours into their descent, and a freak storm erupts on land, collapsing the entrance to the cave. In order to avoid the huge falling rocks that were coming off the ceiling, they were forced to swim through one of the uncharted sections of the cave. After they've been diving for over an hour, they luckily come across this island in the middle of a tunnel, where they set up camp and wait to be rescued. After 48 hours and no sign of a rescue, the cameraman actually starts filming in case they don't make it out of there. At the same time, one of their crew members does something very stupid.
Hey, something traumatic happened that changed my life. Check.
You need to look at this video. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to send the original and then I'm going to slow it down in Snapchat and send it. And then circle what the fuck was behind me while practicing my TikTok transitions. It's like a fucking person walking by really fucking fast.
Sexy, nasty bitch.
I am that bitch. I am.
My apartment's getting darker. I need to turn on all the lights. Like I'm scared. I'm not this skilled to just put a random looking being really fast behind me. There's nobody here. And I have guns. So if you're in here, I have guns. And a lot of ammo. It's a cattail.
I heard about this cool plane wreck in the Bahamas, so me and my friend took a sailboat to go see it. When we got there, it was massive. I couldn't wait to go in and snorkel in it. As I started to get closer, these striped fish started to surround me. At first I thought it was no big deal. I swam with fish like this all the time. But then they kept getting closer. I had never seen fish act like this. I tried to poke at them, but they wouldn't leave me alone. I had heard before from some people on the East Coast that they were afraid of fish biting them. Before I had laughed at this, I thought it was so stupid. But now, they were surrounding me. I was swimming away as fast as I could and they kept chasing me. Once I got a little bit further away from the plane, they started to leave me alone. My friend told me that maybe they were protecting the plane. It could be the spirit of Pablo Escobar possessing the fish to protect his lost plane. Rumor has it that this plane used to be used to smuggle adult candy and that after it crashed, it was haunted. I tried to get closer one more time, but the fish started attacking my face. I tried to swat them away, and as soon as I did, they came right back. If you want to see what really happened, go on my YouTube channel.
This is why you always say yes to tandoori chicken. In 2012, a high school tutor and her student stayed up so late one night studying that by the time they were done, the buses had stopped running. Without another way home, the student asked if he could stay the night at her place. Reluctantly, she agreed. When they got back to the apartment, she fell asleep on her bed and he fell asleep on a blanket next to her bed on the ground. A few hours later, she wakes up to the boy standing awkwardly in the middle of the room with a very strange look on his face. She asks him, "What's wrong?" He looks at her and says, "I'm really hungry. Let's go get some tandoori chicken." Confused, she says, "It's 2 a.m. Just get a snack in the cupboard." And he grabs her by the arm and he says, "No, we are getting tandoori chicken right now." And he yanks her from the bed. Feeling totally caught off guard by this whole situation, she goes into the hall with the boy, and as soon as the door shuts behind them, she can tell that he is terrified. He looks at her and just says, "I'm not actually hungry. When I woke up, there was someone under your bed."
Okay, got you. We had to cut. I swear I saw that fucking doll move.
What are you talking about?
CeeLo, I swear to God I saw that doll move, man.